I'm Nate Hogan. In this video, we're going to talk about how your thoughts create your reality, right? Everybody always says your thoughts create your reality, or your thoughts become things, or, be careful what you think about. You always hear this, right? I'm sure you do. Why, right? Why do they become your reality? Because understanding is how you're going to apply this stuff, right? You can have a motivational speaker come talk to you. You can get motivated, and then guess what? You're right back to your old ways. That's why I'm here to give you an understanding so you can hold on to these skills and use them to your advantage. So let's get right into this one. This one is going to be an information overload. This is really in depth. This took me a lot of time to put together and try to tie all the details together because it's kind of like a lot of ideas floating together, and I had to pull them into one thing to try to show you guys how it all adds together, right? Because just talking about the laws I'm going to be talking about, you're going to be like, well, how in the world does this have to do with personal development? So bear with me. We'll get there. It'll all connect. Stay tuned to the end. And if you haven't watched all my other videos, please do that first because this is going to be the most in-depth one I've done. So if you have a good understanding on the other ones, it'll probably help you understand this one at least a little bit better. So let's get right into this. Let's see. All great thinkers agree that we become what we think about, and that's what we're going to dissect. Why is that, right? Why do we become what we think about? Why do our thoughts really matter? Everyone says it, but we don't probably understand why that is. And I'm sure you've heard that throughout your life, and you probably accept the idea, right? You probably agree. You're probably like, yeah, you become what you think about. Or, maybe you haven't really thought about it too much. And so I'm going to give you an understanding because when you use this power to your advantage, right? If you're planting these seeds intentionally, if you're purposely thinking certain thoughts, you can use that to your advantage. You can use that to grow. You can use that to change. You can use that to make more money, whatever it is you're trying to do. So by the end of this video, my goal is for you to understand why our thoughts create your reality, because I know you probably already agree that they do, but if you understand why they do and how they do, you'll probably be more prone to using it to your advantage and actually taking practice of the ideas I give. So like I said, this is going to be a highly informative video. Buckle up, and just to be aware, I'm in a freaking amazing mood today, so I'm going to be moving fast. So if you got to slow it down, if you got to watch it again, do it. I'm on fire, so I'm not slowing down. I'm not killing my energy. You can come up to my energy, but I'm not coming down. So let's go to the next one. So first, you need to understand the law of vibration. This is the law of laws. This is the law of pretty much the reason everything works the way it does. So if you don't understand the way this works, you're not going to understand the next law I'm going to go over. So law of vibration, I have a whole video about, it's called the law of attraction, how to work with the law of attraction. I have a whole video on that. If you want more in depth, if you don't really understand that, I'd highly recommend you watch that first, because if not, you're probably going to be a lost puppy in this. But short summary, everything vibrates, nothing rests. Everything in the universe is a massive energy vibrating at different speeds. So the only difference between where you are in your current situation and where you want to be is the amplitude of vibration. The only thing that changes is the amplitude of vibration of these different objects in the world. So success is the highest form of the amplitude of vibration, right? It is vibration at its highest speed, and depression, failure, is at its lowest speed, right? It's not a good amplitude of vibration. So the higher your vibration, the higher your frequency, the more successful you're going to be, the more achievements you're going to have, the happier you're going to be. The lower vibration, it's all the same thing, but it's going to be at a lower speed of vibration. So our intellectual faculties give us the ability to alter our rate of vibration, right? This is what separates us from the dogs and the cats and the chickens and the birds, is our intellectual faculties, right? Your imagination, your mind, your ability to picture things in your mind. That is what separates you from the dogs and the animals, and right, this is why we were given dominion over, right? God says we have dominion over the fish of the sea, right? It's for a reason. This is why, because we have the ability to alter vibration, which alters everything. For example, I could light this on fire if I wanted to. I'm altering the vibration. It's still here. The paper's still here. It's just in a different form of vibration, right? It's smoke, and now it's ash, and then so it's all the same. Everything's here. Everything's always here. Everything's 100% evenly present at all places, at all times. So the good that you desire is already here. It's already created. You are just rearranging this energy and changing the amplitude of vibration. We'll get into how this all connects in a minute. But we alter our vibration by changing the image in our mind. I actually just went through this like 2 hours ago. I was having a day where I was kind of just like, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling great. As you can tell, things changed. What did I do? How did I go from day to I'm absolutely on fire? Like, I just wanted to come back and film. I was at the gym and I was like, I'm ready to make these videos. This is going to be freaking amazing. So what did I do? You have to change the image in your mind, right? The image of my mind, I don't know what image I was holding, but it wasn't a good one, right? I wasn't thinking about good things. And so I was just kind of in a low vibration. I was just like, whatever, whatever. Pity me, pity me. No, we don't have time for that. We don't have time for that in this world, right? You only live once. Let's freaking live a good life. So What did I do? I was focusing, right? I took like probably 15 minutes to just think about the life I'm going to be living, right? I was just imagining myself living in Huntington Beach, making money online, doing all these things, thinking about whatever makes you happy, whatever it is that you are, whatever inspires you. So if you just want to go lay on a beach in Hawaii, just spend 10, 15 minutes thinking about the beach in Hawaii. I guarantee you'll be at a better mood, you'll be at a better frequency, you'll be at a better vibration. Because if you are not in a good vibration, if you are at a low vibration, if you're in a negative vibration, you can only attract negative things. But you're in a positive vibration, you can attract all the good in the world, and your creative juices are flowing. That is why oh my gosh, I'm on fire, because I'm in this high speed of vibration, right? In my head right now, I already got 100,000 subscribers. I feel great. I'm making 100,000 a month, right? All these things are going through my head, and it feels real. And so that gives you that energy, and you're on that frequency. And guess what? I'm attracting all those things into my life. So let's get into this. I'm hyped. So I had to bring the stick figure in here. This is, like I say in every video, this is the most important thing you'll ever see, because understanding of the way the mind works through an image, the image you can hold in your mind of the mind, right? When you have an image of the mind in your mind, that is how you're going to use it to your advantage. So realize that all these thoughts, right? The top 5 things, those are the sensory factors, the little arrow, or I don't even know what those are, but anyways, those are your senses, right? Hear, smell, see, hear, smell, taste, touch. Sorry. Those are your senses. So, whatever's picked up by your senses, right? If you're drinking a water, or, you touch the table, these things are registering in your conscious mind what is going on. And then that, if you're accepting that, it's probably going into your subconscious. And if you're choosing to reject it, which a lot of people don't, then it wouldn't make it in there. But that's why this is so important. So the image you hold in your subconscious mind. So the thing is you can hold any image in your subconscious mind. It doesn't have to be what is in the physical world. It doesn't have to be what you're truly experiencing. And that's how you're going to achieve success, is when you learn how to live in a little fantasy land, and you feel like the future that you want to live is already your present reality, and you hold that image in your mind. That changes your vibration. And let's keep going. The next thing. Okay. Spirit is 100% evenly present in all places at all times. And when I say spirit, God, spirit, energy, it's all the same thing, right? It's everywhere. It's everything. So whatever your beliefs are, I'm not here to get into, that type of stuff, but we're all talking about really the same thing. Okay. It's everywhere, right? God is everywhere. He's 100% evenly present in all places, all times. It says it in the Bible. I don't know what, religious background you guys have, but that's what I believe. I believe he's 100% evenly present in all places, all times. If he's 100% evenly present in all places, all times, what does that mean? He has to be energy, right? If he is everywhere all the time, he has to be energy. So, and energy is everywhere. And so we'll get into how this ties into everything. But I'm speaking about the same power. If I use energy, if I use spirit, if I use God, if I'm using all these different terms, I'm kind of relating to the same thing. It's just kind of the way I can convey the point the best with which term I use, because I know God is more thought of more spiritually, and then energy is more like here on this earth, but it's all the same thing. Anyways, this entire universe is governed by laws that are so precise. So precise. That is why what I'm teaching you is so important, because it is by law. It is guaranteed, 100% guaranteed. This is my biggest thing. This isn't philosophy. This is physics. And I'm not a scientist, right? I'm a religious person, and I'm not saying you can't be religious and be a scientist, because really they're all studying the same thing, because God is everywhere all the time. So if you're studying science, you're studying God. That's my opinion. Anyways, I'm not saying, I'm not going to go on a tangent. Let's stay to this. So, do you ever question if the sun will rise tomorrow, right? Do you question if it will get dark tonight? Are you questioning if spring will come after winter? Are you questioning if summer will come this year? No, because these are laws. This is the way it works every single time. It's order. It is order. This world works in order. Well, the same way the world works in order, the spiritual world works in order, because the spiritual world and the physical world are the flip side of the same coin, right? It's the law of polarity, law of opposites. The spiritual world manifests through the physical world. So the spiritual world is governed by the same laws. It works the same way. And so when you understand that and you're able to use that to create your own reality on the physical world, that is when you can live any life you want to live. And so I think that's what I summarized in that flip side of the coin. So next, which laws back the claim we become what we think about? Because you hear that all the time. So what proves this? What proves that our thoughts create our reality? The law of the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. Sorry, that's a mouthful, but it sounds intimidating. It kind of is intimidating. It's really complex. I tried to keep it simple, but basically this law states that energy is always moving into form, or God is always moving into form. Whatever it is, whatever you believe, it's always moving into form, right? Everything's always moving. Everything vibrates. Nothing rests. We agreed with that. Well, energy is always moving into form. So water, ice, and steam are all the same thing, just at different speed, just different amplitudes of vibration, right? As you can see in the cells there, how they're dense or they're further, and then, okay, that is how this works with your thoughts. This is how your life works, right? You can adjust the amplitude of vibration. That gives us dominion over. So when you use this to your advantage, and you're using your mental faculties to direct this energy that is always moving into form, right? If energy is always moving into form and your thoughts are energy, that means your thoughts are moving into form. And your thoughts, which are the spiritual world, must move into form into the physical world because everything is connected, and the spiritual world is the polarity of the physical world. Sorry, this is a freaking ton, but this makes me hype because this is crazy how this works. So through the use of the mental faculties, you can direct the energy that is flowing to and through you. It is always flowing to you. You are always regenerating new cells. You are always getting this energy flowing through your body all the time, all the time. And you get to direct this how you want. You get to direct these thoughts, right? Your thoughts are energy. So these thoughts that are constantly going through your mind, you can direct this energy, right? Think about it like almost like a little laser, right? You have these thoughts and you can point them over here, you can point them over there, up there, down there. And guess what? Most people point down there. Most people are thinking negative thoughts. They're bringing negativity into their life. But when you look up there and you're like, oh, wow, anything's possible. I can do anything I put my mind to. I can achieve anything. And you're thinking these positive thoughts. Guess what? You are going to achieve that because you are putting your energy in that area. Sorry, I'm way too hyped about this. So you're probably wondering, kind of like how in the world does this apply to personal development? Because that's what I thought at first. I was like, okay, if energy is moving into form, we're talking about steam, ice, and water. Cool. What does that have to do with me? It has everything to do with you because, like I said, the spiritual, the physical, we all work by the same law. Like it's law, right? It's the way the world works. This isn't philosophy. Like I said, this is facts. So the spiritual world manifests through the physical world. So your energy that is flowing to and through you at all times, right? That is always flowing to and through you into your mind, which I have a slide going over this later, but it is constantly flowing to and through your mind. Manifest through the physical world. So wherever you are directing your thoughts that are moving into form, right? Because energy is always moving into form. So you are literally creating something from nothing. Like that's literally how this works. You are using your thoughts to direct this energy to create the life you want to create. But so many people don't use it to create the life they want. In fact, it's usually a life they hate. So, that's why this is so important to learn. And I'm blessed that I'm learning this at such a young age because I'm able to use these laws to my advantage to live the life I want to live. And guess what? I'm only 19, so I got a lot of life in me. Your thought energy is directing toward the idea you're holding in your mind. So the idea you're holding into your mind, right? So if you're thinking about, let's just, like I said, money's the easiest thing. So let's just say you're thinking about making $10,000 a month, and you're just constantly thinking about that. Well, the energy that is moving to and through you is also, you're focusing your energy on making $10,000 a month, right? And that must move into form in the physical world. Do you see how this works? Do you see how crazy this is? So if you are constantly thinking about it, it is moving that into form in the physical world because the spiritual manifests through the physical. And I'm going to kind of break that down because I really didn't get an understanding of that until I made these slides. And then I was like, oh, now I understand why this all, I kind of put all the signs together. So this is law. Like I said, this is law. Energy is moving into form and your thoughts are energy, a really high form of energy. So any idea you hold in your mind must move into form. Any idea you hold in your mind must move into form. Any idea. That's why this is so dangerous because people hold terrible ideas in their mind, right? Come on. You get a new car and you're like, oh man, this would suck if someone hit me. I really don't want to get in an accident. Bam, you get hit. Oh, what a coincidence. No, it's not a coincidence because you are bringing these things into your mind based off your thoughts. Everything that happens in your life is a reflection of your thoughts. I stand by that. You may not know why. You may not remember thinking the thoughts. You may not know how it's connected, but everything that happens in your life is a reflection of your thoughts. That's my belief, and I'm pretty sure that's a fact, right, based off of what we're studying here. But like Bob says, thoughts become things. If you see it in your mind, you will hold it in your hand. So what he's saying, your thoughts become things, right? Because you see it in your mind, you hold it in your mind, you are putting your energy toward that. It has to manifest through the physical world. The energy can't just disappear. The energy doesn't just go away. It's always here. So if you're constantly holding an image in your mind, it must move into form through the physical, and it will soon be your present reality. All right, this is where this gets crazy. Because I never understood this until I was making the slideshow. So SIP, what does that mean? Spiritual, intellectual, physical. So the spiritual world and the physical world are polarities, right? They're opposites. They're the flip side of the coin. Well, the reason we are able to connect these two and use that to our advantage is because of the I, right? That is our intellect. So our intellect is what allows us to tap into the spiritual world and bring it to the physical world. Okay, so we are in the physical world. We are in this vibration down here. We are down here, say making 5,000 a month, and we don't like our lives. I'm overweight. I don't make much money. Whatever. And you're looking up here, and you're like, I want to make 50,000 a month. I want to be fit. I want to travel the world. Right? You're looking up here where that star is. So you're using your intellectual faculties, right? Your imagination to imagine yourself living in this world. Well, what world is this? Where are you living the dream life? That's in the spiritual world. Okay, so you live in the physical, you use your intellect to tap into the spiritual. And guess what? This is where it gets crazy. Everything is connected, right? So there's no line of demarcation. There's no point where water becomes steam. It's all connected, right? There's no line of demarcation. So there is no line of demarcation between you and where you want to be. There is no wall you have to go over. There's no obstacle you have to overcome. You have access to tap right into whatever it is you want. You can want to be a billionaire. I'm not saying it's going to happen tonight, but I'm saying you can tap into anything you want because of your intellect. Your intellect is what allows us. That is what makes us the creative beings we are. That is what, we are created in God's image, right? It says that in the Bible, what makes us created in God's image? We have creativity. We have our intellectual faculties, guys, and nobody uses these. If you use your mental faculties, right? This is how people are coming up with these crazy creations. This phone, 30, 40 years ago, you tell them you're going to have a phone, a computer basically that's this big, they would have said you lost your mind. They would have sent you to a mental health hospital probably. So this is what separates us. This is what makes us so unique and so powerful, is we have this intellectual faculty where we can imagine anything we want. And if we hold that idea in our mind, it has to move into form, and it moves into form into the physical world. And there is no line of demarcation between the spiritual and the physical. So if you are constantly holding this idea, it moves into form in the physical world. And there's no obstacle you have to overcome to get there, because there is no line of demarcation. Everything is connected. This is how it is. This is how frequencies are. These lines are frequencies. This is how they are. Right? So you can just glide. If you're down here on the bottom, you can glide right up here, and you don't have to, like overcome anything. It's all connected. So bam, you're here, bam, now you're up here with your imagination. You live right here, all of a sudden you're up here through your imagination. That's how easy it is. And then you hold that image in your mind, bam, that's your reality. You stay on that frequency. That's your new, that's your new level of awareness. Wow, this is crazy. If you can't tell, this makes me absolutely hyped, because it's crazy the world works, guys. You were created in God's image, right? You were given the creative abilities. God created this world with creative abilities, and you were given creative abilities. So I don't want to hear anybody say they're not creative. I don't want to hear anybody say, they don't like their life, because guess what? You can change it. If you don't like your circumstances, you can change it. You have the power to change your life. You have the power to create your life, because guess what? Let me tell you a little secret. Your life right now is a reflection of the thoughts that you have had throughout your entire life. It is a reflection of your thoughts. So you can't blame external circumstances. You can't blame other people for your situation. Because like Bob says, if you blame other people for your circumstance, you're going to have to send the whole entire world to the psychiatrist to get your problems figured out. And how's that going to go for you? How's that going to go? Sending the whole entire world to the psychiatrist. It's not happening, because you are the reason you are living the life you're living. Good or bad. Whether you love your life or you hate your life, you are the reason. There's nobody else to blame. So use this to your advantage. Pay attention to this. Lock into these ideas. Get obsessed with the way the world works, because it is amazing. God has created an amazing world, an abundant world that you were set into, right? God had an idea. He thought of you, and he created you, and you were sent here to live an abundant, amazing life. And then you're going to sit there and be like, oh, I hate my life. This sucks. Is that the life you're going to live? No, I'm not going to allow that. All right, I think this is the last slide. So basically, it's just a demonstration, another stick person. You know how it goes. But basically, I like the way this said. It's very simple, but it says energy is, right? Energy is, God is, creativity, whatever it is, whatever you're going to say. It's flowing into your conscious mind at all times. You are thinking more thoughts than you can comprehend, because you don't even notice them, right? Most of the time, 95% of the time, you don't even realize what you're thinking about, because you're probably not thinking about what you're thinking about. So this energy is always moving to and through you. Always, 100% of the time, this energy is moving into your mind. It's moving into you. Like, just picture it. Picture energy just moving right into you. And you have the power to move that energy into whatever you want. So if you want to move that energy into the version of you that lives in the Bahamas and makes $100,000 a month from selling a book on how to cook a steak, you can do that. You can do that. All right? Anything's possible. Literally anything. Money is just an exchange of value. So if you're bringing value, you're going to get the money. Don't worry about the money. Worry about what you want to do and then become the best at it, and you will get compensated. Law of compensation. I'll make a video going over that, actually. I need to talk about that. So, yeah, basically the energy is moving to and through you. Your conscious mind, you have the ability to change and determine what that form of energy is. You can determine what amplitude of vibration it's going at, and then that will move into your subconscious mind, which will then cause your actions, which leads to your results, your environment, your circumstances, your conditions. Like I said, your thoughts create your reality. Your life is a reflection of all of your thoughts. So if that embarrasses you, then it's time to lock in on this. It's time to lock in and change your life, change your thoughts, reprogram your mind. I have a whole video on that. Please watch all my videos. This stuff is like, this is sauce. I'm not just making this up. I have been studying nonstop all day, every day for months, putting this together. Just this stuff, these presentations I make, I'm not looking off the notes. This is all coming straight from my mind. And when I'm presenting this, I'm not even looking at the slides. Okay, this is all just straight knowledge that I've accumulated through hours and hours and hours and days and months of studying. And so I'm trying to help you, show you the power of all of this, show you the power of the power of you, and how you can direct that power whichever way you want, right? So now you got to ask yourself, am I going to watch this video and then keep scrolling, go back to my old ways, live a life I don't like, not have enough money, not have that many friends, not travel, go to a job I hate? Or are you going to take the time to reprogram your mind to live the life you want to live? Because once your mind is reprogrammed, you will not go back. You will not go back. Once you raise your level of awareness, you're not going back to the old ways. You're not. So make a committed decision. You are going to change. You are going to reprogram your mind. You're going to bring good seeds into your mind, and your life will change forever. My life has changed. I'm never going back. I was at a point where I was like, this is sick. I love this way. I love this way of life. But I was like afraid of falling back to my old ways. But I think that fear is what kept me in this. Now this is my life, right? This is my life. This is the way I think. This is the way I operate. And that's why my life is changing. So if you have any other questions, drop it in the comments below. If you have video requests, comment below. If you want one-on-one coaching, if you want me to help you directly apply this to your life, right, I'm going to be posting all the information for free. The information is not the worry. You can buy all the books in the world. That doesn't help you if you're not applying the information. So I'm here to help you apply the information the same way I've applied it, the same way I've completely changed my life, and it is continuing to change every single day. So my Instagram is at Nate Hogue, 2 E's and 2 G's, and then my TikTok is at Nate K. Hogue. I post a few videos a day on there, so make sure to follow all the social medias. Keep up to date with me. I'm always going to be helping you guys out, trying to provide information that's beneficial for you guys. And if you want one-on-one coaching, just DM me on Instagram, and we'll hop on a call and figure that out. So I thank you guys for coming, and we'll be back tomorrow with another video.